Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to more WWE 2k18 Universe Mode. I'm BrendenPlayz. This is Monday Night Raw. And tonight, we are going to find out which superstar will take Raw's top spot in the Royal Rumble. Raw and SmackDown have both been allocated a strong position in the Rumble. Who will get Raw's best pick in the Royal Rumble? We'll find out here tonight. And as well as that, we have other matches, including Baron Corbin going one-on-one with Kalisto. Sasha Banks in action, taking on Dana Brooke in singles action. And as well as that matchup, big matchup here for Jason Jordan. It's going to be tough. He's coming up against the veteran of Mark Henry. Can Jordan get some momentum building and get those consecutive wins coming his way? Jeff Hardy, he's in singles action for the first time against Epico. One-on-one, since of course his recent return. Carmella will go one-on-one with Naomi. We'll see the Revival take on their new rivals of the New Day. We'll see how those two teams fare. And this is the match we're talking about. A huge fatal four-way. The winner gets the top spot in the Rumble for Raw. Ziggler, Joe, Nakamura, and Roode. Oh, that's going to be good. That's your main event tonight. Kalisto with an upset over Baron Corbin to start things off. Sasha Banks, comfortable victory over Dana Brooke. Jason Jordan gets the win over Mark Henry. He needed that. Big win for Jason. Jeff Hardy beats Epico. And Carmella gets a victory over Naomi. Well, now we turn our attention to the tag team division here on Monday Night Raw. And we saw at the recent TLC pay-per-view what took place. The Revival coming out and attacking the New Day. And what was a bit of a vicious beatdown. They beat up the New Day. And, of course, the club, Gallows and Anderson, they will take it on the New Day at that pay-per-view for the Tag Team Championships. The Revival interrupted the match, cost the New Day the matchup, forced it to be a disqualification. The match was thrown away. And in the end, well, the New Day were left wondering what the hell happened. They got beaten up. They didn't get the tag titles. And, of course, the club, they had a confrontation with the Hardy Boys as well. So four of the top teams here in the tag division on Raw, all gunning for the club's championships. They're all wanting to win this championship. So we're going to see who will come away with these titles very, very soon. But right now, two of the best teams in the Revival, or perhaps the newest team, but you know, they may be new, but they certainly are looking very, very good. And of course, the New Day. The New Day have been excellent for a long period of time, tag champs in the past. Time for them to step it up here. Time for them to get the job done. Time for them to beat the Revival and earn themselves another opportunity for tag titles. Look, they probably should have had a fair chance at TLC. They should have. They were going to. But the Revival cost them. You know, were the New Day going to win? I don't know. But it certainly would have been close. We don't know the answer because the club, well, you know, they got lucky. The Revival came out and, of course, interrupted. So we don't know what would happen in that matchup. Right now, Woods and Big E starting things off here tonight. That's the combination they're going with Big E starting the match with Scott Dawson. So Xavier on the apron, he'll be involved. Kofi on the sidelines here tonight. Big call there. Kofi Kingston and Big E, the most successful out of the three. Big E, former US champion. Kofi, multiple-time Intercontinental champion. But that doesn't really matter. That was a few years ago. All that matters is the tag team championships, and well, the New Day have been successful. All three members have been successful in winning and defending those tag titles in the past. So the New Day would love a victory over the Revival. If they beat the Revival here tonight, you'd have to say they are definitely in line for the next opportunity, despite the Hardy Boys emerging recently. The New Day were the number one contenders already. But you could argue the Hardy Boys, well, they never got their fair opportunity a few months ago at Backlash. We're expecting to see the Hardy Boys versus the club. Never happened because the club ambushed the Hardy Boys backstage. So that was a few months ago. Does that still count? I don't think so. I think the Hardy Boys need to do a little bit more to get themselves in contention. Here comes Xavier Woods with a boot there. Hardys did defeat the Clones though, so you could argue they are in line, or at least in the mix. As now Dawson gets out of there, brings in Dash. Woods though with a counter and a suplex of the Northern Lights variant. Nicely executed there by Xavier Woods, who hasn't had the single success that the other two members of his group have, but he's come close. Being the Final Four of the Royal Rumble in the past. He's had a few opportunities for that US and IC title. He's been in amongst the mix, but hasn't quite got himself the championships. But certainly has come close as a single leg takedown spins off his feet, does Xavier Woods. Speaking of the Royal Rumble, we'll find out who will take that top spot, that top pick for Raw. Now, we don't know which number that will be. Raw and SmackDown are allocated a number each, and we'll find out who that, will take that spot. It could be 30, could be 29, could be 28, could be 25. We don't know. We say that because you just never know who's going to show up at the Royal Rumble. You never know if the number 30 pick isn't even assigned to a brand. And the number 30 could be an NXT. We don't know. But what we do know is Raw will have a top pick. And we'll find out who will take that here tonight. Right now we focus on the tag division as Big E. I thought he was going to get sent over the top of the rope there, but instead clothesline down there by Dash. Imperative that the Revival win this one as well. You don't want to arrive here on the main roster and not make an impact. They've made one already. They lost obviously to the New Day a few weeks ago in that #1 contenders match. They did lose. It was a surprise to everyone. So I felt as though the Revival just couldn't handle the fact that they lost as all. Mix up there between the two while said flying. But obviously the Revival annoyed at themselves for losing to the New Day. They looked for some revenge at TLC. That cost the New Day the match. Now you've done all that. It's time to step up. It's time to get the victory. You believe you are deserving of that championship opportunity. Well, it's time to prove it. Put up or shut up, essentially. Show us what you can do. Show us that you deserve that opportunity. Right now the legs are getting wrapped around there. There's Big E with a right hand. A stiff one to the skull of Dash. Now Big E will send him over the top of the rope there. Kofi very close to the action, watching on, didn't get himself involved. And Big E will drive Dash into the ringside barricade, but gets taken down with the inverted DDT. Well, not good for Big E. Getting stomped out to the outside of the ring. Dash is just happy to, well, take it easy on Big E right now. Oh, hang on, Big E with a counter. Big E's trying to get his group fired up a bit, trying to get the crowd support, trying to get the crowd to support the New Day, and they certainly are obliging. And it's now Big E, went for the belly to belly, missed out though, taken down. Big E may need a tag, he's been in there for a little bit of time. Dash as well. Frequent tags in and out has been the name of the game for the club, our tag champs, and the key reasons why they've had so much success. So you have to think the other tag teams in the division will need to replicate some of those tactics. Right now, both these teams haven't been able to do so. Not many tags in this match. Is now, oh, Big E, what power! He just grabbed a hold of Dash and just slammed him straight back down. Wow. As now the tag is made. Xavier back in this match. Big E setting it up nicely for Xavier Woods as well. Xavier can come in here with a chin lock. Keep things at his own pace. And do what he likes. Is now, a Shadow Machine! Double knees to the face there of Xavier Woods. The cover. This may be it. No, Woods kicked out. A fresh man in Xavier Woods. And the Shadow Machine almost put him away. Wow, that would have been huge. Xavier now is in a lot of trouble. He's down and out. Dawson trying to decide which turnbuckle he wants to jump off. He wants his opponent to get up. Not much of a high flyer. Let's see what he has to offer. Oh, went for a clothesline. Got caught. Big suplex there by Woods. Now Woods has a chance to get back into the matchup. He took the knees to the face. Time for him to work his way back into it. He's going to tag in his partner Big E. No, can't quite do it at all. Wow. Wow. Big E taken to the outside with a shoulder. And now here comes the Revival. This is when they're at their best, just beating down their opponent senselessly. And there's not much that Xavier Woods can do because his partner is down. And now Dash may have a chance to beat Xavier Woods here. Couldn't quite do it the first time. This time, using the ropes. Referee doesn't see it. And he still kicks out though. Big E back into the matchup here, but he gets taken down with the Thesz press there by Dawson. Now, Xavier Woods, inverted DDT right there. And now Woods to the outside. Sunset flip to the outside of the ring. Wow, and that's going to be huge because now Dawson is down and Dash and Woods will fight it out all by themselves. Big E and Scott Dawson are down. Can Xavier Woods take advantage of this opportunity? Here he comes. Xavier Woods takes down his opponent there. And now the cover. Hook of the leg. This may be it for the Revival. And another kick out. Big E and Scott Dawson, I believe, are still fighting it out away there. And now, Woods lining up. Dash Wilder here. Xavier, oh, missed out though. He missed out. That could have been it there if he connects with the move he was hoping for. That could have been definitely it. As now, Wilder has him up and on the knee right into the back. He's got no one to tag. Instead, he turns to the turnbuckle where he taunts the crowd. Saying this is the man you're cheering for. This is who you want to win. Well, he's about to lose because he gets met with a knee to the face again. Shatter Machine right to the skull. And you'd have to think that's going to be it. Xavier Woods meets the knees again. And the Revival have done it. The Revival have beaten their rivals of the New Day. And perhaps leapfrogged them in the tag division. The title hunt. The Revival may now be the #1 contenders and all. Come on. Big E just checking on Woods and gets kicked out of the ring. And now Dash just stomping away here on Xavier Woods. Not a lot he can do here. Woods has just been beaten down, tossed out of the ring. And that is a message sent and delivered to the New Day. And perhaps a message to the tag team champions as well. I'm the world's largest athlete, The Big Show. Yet here I am getting no respect for the Royal Rumble. I'm bigger than everybody else, but nobody's talking about The Big Show. Nobody gives me a chance. Well, no one's given me a chance to do anything the last number of years of my career. The last year has not been one to remember. And everybody's been saying, Big Show, it's time to retire. I'm not ready to retire. In fact, I'm ready to enter the Royal Rumble. And I'm gonna go to WrestleMania and win the championship. Yes, don't sleep on the Giant. The Big Show is in the Royal Rumble. He's looking to turn things around and prove he's still got one more big run left in him. Can he get it done? We'll find out at the Royal Rumble. Samoa Joe entering the ring right now, getting ready for this fatal four-way clash. We're going to find out which superstar on Raw will take the top spot in the Royal Rumble match. Who will have the best position out of all the Raw superstars to win the Royal Rumble? Samoa Joe wants to be that man. He's in a filthy foul mood. And this crowd is showing him absolutely no love at all after what he did to Seth Rollins at TLC. In fact, this crowd is booing him out of the building, and they should. Samoa Joe beating up Seth Rollins, our new Universal Champion who's still recovering at home. Samoa Joe lost last week to John Cena in the #1 contenders match. Now Joe has got no choice but to turn his attention to the Royal Rumble. It's his last chance, and he wants to get to WrestleMania. He's going to have to find a way to win the Royal Rumble match. He's going to have some strong competition, including this man, Shinsuke Nakamura. Can he go all the way at the Royal Rumble and take the biggest win of his career? He is a former United States champion 2 times. He's held that title. He says he loved his time as the US champion. He loved being the champion of the United States, but now it's time for him to be the champion of the world. He wants to be either the WWE or Universal Champion. Will he be able to do it? Well, the Royal Rumble will be a pretty good way to go about it. If he can win the Rumble, he'll have a great chance to do it at WrestleMania. Speaking of the United States Championship, he's a man who recently just lost it to Dean Ambrose at TLC. And Dolph Ziggler getting a bit of a reprieve here, getting an opportunity to be involved in this matchup here tonight. You might be wondering why Dean Ambrose isn't in this match, and I'm probably wondering the same thing. Personally, I probably would have put Ambrose in the match rather than Ziggler, but our general manager Christian giving Dolph Ziggler, a former world champion, an opportunity here tonight. The final man in this matchup is the glorious one, Bobby Roode, a former NXT champion. Now Bobby Roode looking, I think this is just his second match here on Raw. He hasn't really had many opportunities since arriving. He's had to deal with Drew McIntyre in recent times. He lost the title at the recent TLC pay-per-view. Now, of course, we know Bobby Roode will have a rematch at the upcoming NXT TakeOver event in 2 weeks' time. Just 1 week before the Royal Rumble. So Bobby Roode, not only will he enter the Royal Rumble, he could enter as the NXT champion. A two-time NXT champion at that. He is the greatest NXT champion in history. There's no doubt about that. Now, Bobby Roode wants to walk into Raw and start things off on a high note, because his first initial match, well, it was disastrous. Samoa Joe beat him. So can he come back and get a victory? We're quickly underway in this matchup here. It's Nakamura and Roode to the outside of that ring area. Now the apron. And Roode, right into the apron there, and harsh landing. And Ziggler and Samoa Joe crash to the outside of the ring on the other side. Well, lots of action to start things off with a neck breaker, then of course a DDT as well. This is going to be fun, this match. 4 of Raw's best superstars in the ring at the one time. The winner gets the top spot for Raw in the Royal Rumble. As we said, it could be number 25. It could be 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. You never know. But what we will know is that out of all the Raw superstars in the Rumble, whoever wins this match will have the best opportunity out of everyone on Raw to win the Royal Rumble, which is exciting to see. Joe trying to chase Nakamura. He's playing a bit of cat and mouse here. So is Ziggler. No surprise. By Nakamura, of course, Ziggler and Nakamura have had a long rivalry. We get to see that renewed here tonight. Samoa Joe coming after Nakamura, slamming down with a senton. And now Ziggler has Bobby Roode up here. First time we get to see these two square off as a standing drop kick. Beautifully executed there on the glorious one. Samoa Joe and Nakamura as well. And a shoulder block takedown for Samoa Joe. It's been a tough number of months. Money in the Bank winner, cashed in unsuccessfully. Had to deal with the NWO for months. And when he finally gets his big break, he gets his big opportunity, he loses. He loses at TLC. He won, well, he got to the final of the Universal Championship Tournament. He finally made the finale of it. Of course, he did beat Nakamura in that tournament and Bobby Roode. Fitting that we see 2 of these guys in the matchup, so a chance to a bit of payback on Samoa Joe there. But of course, Samoa Joe made us to the final, lost fair and square in that TLC match against Seth Rollins. Joe just unleashed afterwards. He just went ballistic. There's now Bobby Roode's in the corner. He's taunting away. Oh, Joe. Oh, big boot. I think he may even caught Roode in the corner a little bit. At least he got close. As now Ziggler, well, he might be looking at the stars up in the sky later on, because he is out with the fairies right now. As now Joe looking for this running senton again. Joe certainly been the MVP of this matchup so far. Looking excellent. He's coming out of the gates very, very strong. We wouldn't expect anything else but that from Samoa Joe. It's now Bobby Roode. Missing out there is now Joe in the corner, but Nakamura with the knees. Right hand there by Roode, coming after Ziggler now. Joe and Nakamura. Samoa Joe probably the favorite to win this one here tonight. He needs this big victory. He's just been frustrated with himself, and maybe that frustration is costing him these big matches. Maybe he's expecting too much from himself, and maybe that frustration is just, not making him have a clear mind, not being able to execute his game plan. Samoa Joe now from behind. Look out, Coquina clutch! And here you go, locked in. Coquina clutch is locked in. Nakamura may tap right here. Roode throws Ziggler on the top of the rope. He doesn't realize the submission is on. Joe, will he make him tap? Roode's coming in now. But Nakamura has competed in MMA in the past, mixed martial arts, and he's found a way to release the submission maneuver. And he needed to, otherwise, well, this match would have been over, and Joe would have walked into the Rumble with a pretty sweet number to his name. Now a suplex there by Nakamura. This is what you want. This is what you want if you are Samoa Joe. You want to keep the pressure on Nakamura, but Shinsuke's trying to fight back. Meanwhile, Bobby Roode and Ziggler to the outside. They're fighting away. As now Nakamura slams down on Joe. As we said, 4 of Raw's absolute best superstars in this match. Seth Rollins, the Universal Champion, meets John Cena at the Royal Rumble. And arguably, outside of those guys, we're looking at the best right here. Right hand there by Nakamura's blocked. Bobby Roode gets one, and a famouser there by Ziggler. Big time spine buster there by Roode on Nakamura as well. Now Dolph lining up Samoa Joe, maybe looking for that zigzag. Joe though with a counter and a strong elbow to follow it up. Joe now has Ziggler up and just slams him down, catches the rope on the way down as well, and Nakamura catches the rope badly as well. Bobby Roode was looking for the glorious DDT, but Samoa Joe shutting that down quickly. Joe's got no interest in teaming up with anyone here tonight, doesn't care who you are, he's going to fight. Bobby Roode and Samoa Joe, plenty of history between those two outside of the WWE. We know that, so we'll see if maybe they do form an alliance. I don't think so. I think they just hate each other just as much as everyone else in this match. And now Joe and Nakamura. Right hand there by Samoa Joe. As now, oh, Samoa Joe going to get moved into the corner there by Ziggler. Nakamura's coming and he'll connect there. Trying to interrupt this offense in the corner. Ziggler and Nakamura momentarily teaming up here against Samoa Joe. Joe maybe the target in this matchup. Of course, considering what he's been able to accomplish over the last number of months and the success that he's had. Yes, he hasn't won the big prize, but he's come pretty damn close. Nakamura now with these right hands. Bobby Roode slapping the hell out of Ziggler. Sends him over the top and a backstabber there by Nakamura on Joe. And now Nakamura all alone in the ring. Joe's down. And Roode and Ziggler fighting away. Nakamura wanted to go out there and get himself involved. But Bobby Roode, he's taunting. Too busy saying glorious. Now from behind. This may be it. Oh, Nakamura nearly made him pay. Bobby Roode too busy taunting, and it nearly cost him. Nakamura slams him down as well with a powerbomb. Neckbreaker now to followed up by Ziggler. Joe slowly getting back to his feet here. If I'm Samoa Joe though, I would not be in a rush to get back in here. I'd watch to the outside, get your breath back, just get yourself recomposed, but he's back in here fighting away on Nakamura. Not sure if that's the wisest idea. Now Joe, oh, here comes this combination suplex. There's the first one, now the second one with the full Nelson, now looking to line him up, but this time Ziggler interrupts. Not sure if that's a wise idea by Ziggler. You had a chance to get Nakamura out of this matchup right there and then. And Ziggler famouser. Maybe that's why he interrupted. He had other ideas for Samoa Joe. Bobby Roode's got Nakamura, and he's going to throw him over the top of the rope here and take him out of this matchup. But he's going to follow as well. Not coming after Samoa Joe. No interest perhaps in beating Samoa Joe. Maybe Roode has identified Joe as a threat in this match, and maybe he believes he's got a better chance in taking down Nakamura or Ziggler. If that's the case, fair enough. But oh, it's taken into the steel steps. But you've got to take your opportunities if you got one. If you believe you can beat down Nakamura or Ziggler, fair enough. But you've got Samoa Joe right in front of you. You better fight back. And Roode at the moment is not doing that. He's trying to do it now. Tossed into the steel steps a couple of times. Now back in the ring. Bobby Roode and Joe. Now Ziggler to follow. Nakamura the only man down at the moment. Joe coming after Bobby Roode. Maybe Joe's identified Roode as a potential target. He's pinned him in the past. Maybe Joe believes he can beat Bobby Roode again here tonight. Of course, the distraction helps, but there's a couple of slaps and a takedown there on Bobby Roode. Nakamura taken down with a zigzag. Now Joe has a chance to beat Dolph Ziggler, but Ziggler is trying to get out of the ring here using the ropes now. Nakamura's down. Joe can't take advantage. Close matchup here between 4 of Raw's best, all gunning for the big opportunity at the Royal Rumble. All 4 have been confirmed to be in this matchup at the Rumble. They will be involved. And we're getting a bit of a sneak peek of what we can expect to see. Plenty of superstars have been thrown over the top of the rope. But I guarantee the Rumble, they won't go over the top of the rope that easy. They'll be hanging on for dear life. Like their whole career depends on it. Dolph Ziggler's the only man in this match who has held a world championship, and his title reign only lasted 5 minutes, so can you even really count it? And the record books say yes, but Dolph Ziggler certainly believes he can do better. And he'll have that chance in the Rumble. But it's a lot easier if you come in at 28 compared to if you come in at number 1. And that's the proposition that perhaps one of these superstars will face. You could come in at number 1 rather than at the end. The winner will get to be at the end. The losers, well, you never know. You might get lucky, or you might enter at 1. You never know. Now Bobby Roode looking to put Nakamura away here. Going for the glorious DDT. Here we go. There it is. Nakamura's down, but he's close to the ropes. And the referee will call it off. Too close to the ropes there by Bobby Roode, despite it being a fatal 4-way. Yes, no disqualifications, but rope breaks do apply. Right hand by Nakamura. Finding a way, and now Bobby Roode with a bulldog. Nice counter there into the bulldog. And Bobby Roode with a real chance now. Nakamura is down, but Ziggler and Joe back in, and a famous there by Ziggler. I think Bobby Roode was setting up Nakamura again for the glorious DDT. Ziggler interrupted and took down Bobby Roode. Nakamura's right there for the taking. There's a chance here for someone to capitalize it and maybe attack Nakamura here and beat him. Win this matchup right here and now. Joe with a counter coming after Ziggler again. Nakamura and Joe both coming after Ziggler, and there's a Kinshasa! Ziggler taken down, and Nakamura knows he can beat Ziggler. He knows for a fact he's beaten him many times. Ziggler's beaten him, yes, but Nakamura, he knows that Kinshasa will beat Ziggler. He's going to go for the cover now. Bobby Roode's going to slide back in here. This may be it, but Bobby Roode gets involved. He realized that was going to be a money moment for Shinsuke Nakamura, and he's able to get in there and make sure that he can break it up. Roode with an elbow strike there. And Bobby Roode, oh, this is Roode's moment, but Joe, he's back in as well. Here it comes, another glorious DDT, this time to Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler's taking a beating here. Cover. Joe's there. Well, fatal 4-way, you've got to make sure your opponents are down, and when you have an all-star caliber match, well, there's always going to be someone on their feet. That's the issue. Joe looking to attack in the corner, and Roode goes off the top of the rope with an elbow. Bobby Roode, not a high flyer by all means, but when he needs to, he can fly and connect with that elbow. Dolph Ziggler missing out there as Bobby Roode. Oh, knee there to the back of Dolph Ziggler. Nakamura and Joe. Bobby Roode getting himself involved. He's just looking for anyone. He doesn't care who it is. He just wants to fight somebody. And now both men coming after Nakamura in the corner, but Nakamura with a counter. Huge counter there by Shinsuke because a double team was coming. And Samoa Joe! Oh no! Well, if that was the Royal Rumble, you can kiss Samoa Joe goodbye. That's a hard land in the outside as well. That could cause an injury very easily. But more importantly, Nakamura has Joe in the ring all by himself. He's going to go for the Kinshasa. Here it is! But Ziggler's back in. Nakamura realizing it. He's going to try and take Ziggler out of this match. But he can't do it. DDT! Ziggler could pin Joe. He's going to go for it. Cover. Bobby Roode. No! Doesn't interfere, and nearly the match was over there. 2.5, Ziggler nearly beat Joe. Would have been a massive win for Dolph Ziggler. And now, zigzag! Cover him, Dolph. Here it is. This may be it. Referee in position. Joe will get there just in time. Wow, Samoa Joe just saving the matchup. Now, Ziggler over the top of the rope again. He's gone. Now Joe and Roode all alone. Samoa Joe with a chance. Or will it be Bobby Roode? This match is so close. Roode, here's the cover. Is this going to be it here? Bob Roode, oh, can't do it. Now Nakamura's back in. Bobby Roode lining up Samoa Joe. Nakamura, he wants to hit the Kinshasa as well. Big clothesline there by Samoa Joe. And Shinsuke Nakamura coming after Joe here. He's going to try and take him out of this matchup again. Going to try and get him over the top of the rope. Not a bad idea. Joe's definitely the threat here. Nakamura, oh no, full Nelson into the suplex. That'll hurt the former two-time US champ. Dolph Ziggler's back in. And Dolph Ziggler, well, he's won the US title many, many times himself. Ultra successful is Dolph Ziggler. Meanwhile, Nakamura getting double-teamed again here by Joe and Roode. Samoa Joe taunting away. Bobby Roode coming after Nakamura in the corner. Can't connect though. Joe gets himself involved. Nakamura. And went for that DDT, missed out. Nakamura taken down with a clothesline there by Roode. And Bobby Roode, big time spinebuster. And now Roode, can he follow it up? He misses out because Nakamura has him up, but Roode's fighting it. Bobby Roode, with all he's got left, is trying to stay in this match. And Shinsuke, here we go, throws Roode to the other side of the ring. Ziggler's back in. Dolph Ziggler back in now. Nakamura's going to target him, going to throw him over the top again. But Ziggler with a counter. This time he stays back in the ring. Roode and Joe now fighting away. Nakamura has got Dolph Ziggler. Nakamura with the armbar. He's got it locked in. Ziggler does not tap though. Nakamura nearly had his man. Now Shinsuke. Here we go. Kinshasa. Right there onto Ziggler. Joe and Roode are distracted. Samoa Joe suplexing Roode around. This could be the win for Joe, but it's too late because Nakamura has swooped in and stolen it. Well, Joe was setting up the win for himself, and he was too busy suplexing Roode to realize what was happening on the other side of the ring. Nakamura swoops in, hits the Kinshasa, knocks out Ziggler cold, and Nakamura gets one up on his longtime rival in Dolph Ziggler. He may have lost the US title to him. First he beat him in the Universal Championship Tournament, but now tonight he follows it up with a victory here in this Fatal 4-Way and has the top spot in the Royal Rumble for Raw. Nakamura is going to the Rumble. Will he be number 30, 29, 28? Who knows? All we know, he's got one of the best positions to win the whole thing. It will be huge. Will it be Nakamura's night? Well, the Royal Rumble will see John Cena and Seth Rollins one-on-one as well, and a host of other matches. It's going to be a big, big event. NXT TakeOver coming up in the meantime as well. Don't miss these big events coming up right here on BrendenPlayz. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell as well so you don't miss any uploads from me. If you enjoyed this video today, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you leave a like. Let's try and hit 300 likes. I would really, really appreciate that. And of course, check out the website at BrendenPlayz.com for more Universe Mode coverage, including title history, rosters, and much, much more. Follow me on Twitter as well, at BrendenPlayz, so you know when I'm uploading, what I'm going to be uploading, what I'm doing, what's going on. You'll find it out all on Twitter. Thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.